It's off to Michigan as we tee it up at the Jack Nicklaus signature course at Harbor Shores. We'll see the latest gadgets at the PGA Tour Superstore in Downers Grove. Some amazing blind veterans prove that you don't have to see to play golf. Bernhard Langer becomes #1 in Champions Tour wins, thanks in part to Tour Edge Exotics. Plus, we head across the pond to Scotland to see the legendary links and stay at the stellar Marine and Lawn hotels.
Welcome to Golf360 from one of the best public facilities around, Mistwood Golf Club in Romeoville. Just over the Michigan border in Benton Harbor lies another exceptional facility at the Jack Nicklaus signature course at Harbor Shores. This design has just vaulted into the 90th ranked public course in the U.S.
The golf course, it's pretty special. It's got a unique story how it came about. Can you describe it?
You know, back in the 80s and 90s, Whirlpool had invested, of course, in this community, and this is where home is for them. And they made a testament that they weren't going to leave Benton Harbor behind. When a lot of the factories left in the 70s and went overseas, they stayed here. And part of that was acquiring parcels of land to put Harbor Shores together. So Harbor Shores is 530 acres. Your typical golf course is 130, so it's 4 times the size of your actual golf course. But when you understand what it took to put that together and then build through a recession in 2005, 6, 7, 8, and working with the local, state, and federal agencies to help put this all together, it's absolutely impactful to the community.
I've been here 3 or 4 times so far. Jackson, this place is fantastic, but you guys got a new Golf Digest rating here that's pretty special, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've recently been rated into the top 100 public golf courses in the country, which is a giant achievement for us, something we've been working towards for a long time. You know, it's one of those things where all the effort, all the hours that we put in, we want to make sure that our guests have an exceptional experience, which we understand has a lot to do with that, but the golf course definitely speaks for itself.
I have a feeling we're probably going to move up that list as we continue to host more Raiders and they understand the story of Harbor Shores, because there's so many stories in golf, but I think it's hard to find one better than this.
And the routing of this place is pretty different as well. You talked about how big the landscape is.
You start off typical, what I would say, resort style golf. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it's, we kind of ease you into everything, and everybody always says, what's a signature hole? Well, I say we have 18 of them because they are all memorable. I would say those first 6 holes, they kind of get you settled in, then 7, 8, and 9 along Lake Michigan. Great views up there.
Onto a more up north woods section, and then you finish along a river. But every hole is different. There's not a single hole that's like another hole, and there's none that run kind of adjacent to one another, which is true in a lot of courses. So those are probably its unique identifying characteristics.
So you guys host the Senior PGA Championship here. I think it's KitchenAid, correct, that sponsors it. You're coming back in 2024, been here years before. How has that gone so far?
Yeah, so the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship is something that's really special to us and our community. It brings in nothing but positivity. It brings in a lot of people. It brings in a lot of eyes on Harbor Shores. But more than anything, it's a really strong impact to the people around us. KitchenAid has done an incredible job putting on a great event. They always host an incredibly good field.
We came over from Chicago. We love it here, but why should golfers from Chicago come here?
Well, I mean, it's hard to find a place better than Harbor Shores. It's only an hour and a half from Chicago, right? It's such a quick drive. Coming over on the interstate, we're, of course, situated in Lake Michigan, have the best beaches in Southwest Michigan. So it's not just for golfers, but it's for families, it's for spouses, it's for, if you're looking for something to do, there's something here for you.
And then you have great accommodations here as well. So you can come over, spend a day or 2 or 3, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Our Champions Villas, they can accommodate groups from 4 to 8, or if you just want to rent the whole thing yourself and have at it, go right ahead. That with the Inn at Harbor Shores, 92 rooms situated on the marina there as well, along with breweries and wine trails and all sorts of different things. Like I said, it's not just for the golfers, but it's something for everyone.
With plenty of accommodations and right in the middle of Benton Harbor and St. Joe's, you can't beat the Harbor Shores experience. Up next, we check out new gadgets at the PGA Tour Superstore, and we meet a few veterans who prove that you don't have to see to play golf.
The CDGA is an allied golf association of the USGA. It's the only one based in Illinois.
Becoming a CDGA member is more than just having a handicap service.
A CDGA membership is really a no-brainer. It essentially pays for itself. The membership is $40, and all members have a wide variety of exclusive offers and savings opportunities from both golf and non-golf entities.
Baseball? Nah. Football? Done it. I think I'm gonna go after the PGA Tour.
Bo, you're gonna need the right equipment company.
I think I got that.
You know Tour Edge backs all their clubs with a lifetime warranty.
I know.
They ship all their premium custom clubs in 48 hours.
I know.
All their premium clubs are hand-built in the USA.
I know.
You know Tour Edge has won 35 times out here.
Guys, I know.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
Timothy O'Toole's is Chicago's favorite sports bar since 1992. Be sure to check out timothyo'tools.com and visit one of their 4 convenient Chicagoland locations.
Welcome back to Golf 360. We are here at the PGA Tour Superstore in Downers Grove. We're in the middle of golf season here in Chicago. You know what that means? It's time to upgrade some equipment. Maybe not your golf clubs, but the gadgets, and we got some good ones here. Here's the problem though. I have the old one of this, the old one of this, and now I want to upgrade. So the Rapsodo I got last year, what is new with this one now?
Yeah, so we have 2 cameras on this model now. The original only had 1. You can slow the frame rate down to 240 frames per second, which allows you to really get involved with what you're doing from the back with your swing, which is huge. There's over 30,000 courses on this, so you can casually play golf with your friends, or you can truly work on your game just to get yourself to that next level.
And everybody talks about TrackMan or Flight Scope. The quality of these stuff now is unbelievable, isn't it?
Quality is fantastic. If you use a specific Callaway golf ball, the accuracy is within 1%, and at $700, that's
that's a good reason to buy compared to the other stuff. If you're on tour, maybe you carry around your TrackMan or Flight Scope, but that's a good one for me. All right, let's go to the Wingman. The Wingman had a big upgrade as well. It's a great speaker built by Bushnell, but what else does it offer?
Right, so this year around, so you got the LCD screen. It has the ability to talk to you, which is great, but not everyone wants to be talked to by something like that. So you can just look at the screen, use your phone for that information and whatnot. There is a little dial on top where you can control the music from there. So in all, you really do not even need to touch it. Coolest part to it too is if you play on a hole, you may not be able to see everything. So it does give you 6 options on what bunkers are ahead of you, what water's ahead of you and whatnot. So it's a really good, useful tool.
Well, then pace of play is a problem for some people, and that helps pace of play, right?
Correct.
And you get to have fun by listening to music.
Exactly.
That's awesome. All right, now we got to hit the ball farther. What do we got here? I see these all the time. You see them on different commercials, infomercials. Do they work, and how do they work?
So this is the Super Speed Stick. Everything's weighted out, so you have light, medium, and heavy. You want to build this into it like it's a workout regimen. So you take 5 swings with this, 5 with the medium, 5 with the heavy, and then build it into your daily, weekly, monthly routine. You're going to gain as much as 2 miles an hour up to 5 miles an hour. And from there, that can equate to about 20 to 25 yards in gain, which is huge for anyone who's just working on, making golf easier and hit the ball a little bit farther.
All right, so middle of the year, I already have problems. It's time for me to re-grip my clubs. Yep. You guys offer all that here as well.
Yes, sir.
Why would you do that, and then what's offered? And then there's so many different grips here.
Right, so the big thing is there's different textures. Everyone's like, I don't know what this is from that. So there's different textures. There's cord. You've got your more rubbery feel for your guys that, they get a lot of shock from the swing, and unfortunately it just doesn't feel good for like arthritis and whatnot. And then you have your guys like me who have really sweaty hands. This is a full cord, almost equivalent to sandpaper, and it's exactly what I need not to let go of the club.
And then you offer different sizes, right? Different size hands, different size golfer.
Correct. So definitely check what size you are. I mean, so you have standard, mid-size, jumbo. A lot of people tend to go a little bit larger on their woods because since you're creating so much tension, you swing a little harder. Why not have something a little bit bigger? You don't have to kill it.
So if I come in and give you my set of clubs, how long is it going to be till I get them back? Like a couple days?
Looking at 48 hours for a full set of clubs. If you only have 2 or 3, we'll do it right on the spot, have you walk around the store.
All right, and then finally, loft and lie is very important. We've talked to other stores here about coming and get fitted just off the bat. But in the middle of the season, you might throw your wedge, you might throw your 7-iron towards the golf cart. Things change. How important is that to get fixed and looked at?
Duff a club, I mean, you're going to throw it. You don't realize those vibrations are probably moving your irons, especially if they're forged. Your higher ends clubs do move a lot easier. So every year, just come in, get your loft and lie checked.
Thanks, guys. And look for the brand new PGA Tour Superstore opening this month in Lincoln Park. Let's face it, golf can be a difficult game at times. But now try to imagine playing when you are legally blind. For many years, the CDGA has been partnering with Hines VA Hospital to help a number of proud veterans learn and enjoy the game.
Just last month at Ridge Country Club on the south side of Chicago, a number of these veterans took to the fairways for a few swings. Many thanks go to the Ridge caddies and members who helped line them up and pointed them towards the targets. This was a day to be appreciated by one and all.
It's just that my coach was good. I didn't have a putter, so he let me use his $1,000 putter, and that's why I made them 2 good shots. I tried to steal it, but he caught me going to the cart with it. So
it was truly an honor. My dad was in the Navy. You're a Navy Air Force, and it was just my pleasure to meet you and be part of this experience with Rhino. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sometimes when they lose their vision, maybe they aren't as active anymore. So being able to come out here in a nice environment where they're very supportive of different club members and they know that they're going to have the assistance that they might need, they get really excited when they're like, all right, I get to go out and go golfing today.
Being out in the open air in a private club provided nice moments to be celebrated. It's a positive experience which helps bring a little light into their lives.
This is my first time here. So actually this was my first activity. So I've never golfed before. So like this place kind of turned me into a new golfer.
Most of us are lucky enough to see and appreciate all the beauty of a golf course. For these veterans, it may look like this, or this, and even this.
And some of our veterans, they don't see anything at all. And for some of our veterans, they might be able to see maybe, things might be fuzzy for them. It's almost like looking through wax paper or like Vaseline. If you were to put Vaseline on your glasses where it's not really clear, maybe you can see some shadows.
The VA Hines Blind Rehab Center is truly significant and has helped these vets feel better about themselves in all aspects of their world.
The instructors there, they are excellent. And if they wasn't that good, I wouldn't be coming back 13 times. Because all of them, they taught me a lot. I'm back here this time to finish up learning about the computer.
No one's given them the playbook on how to live life being visually impaired. And for someone to come at them and say, hey, we're gonna go golfing next week, do you wanna go with? They at first think that I'm a little crazy and they say, oh, I can't see, I can't go golfing. And I explain to them that I know that they can't see, that they're at the Blind Center, but we're here to teach them how to do recreation and leisure activities as part of their program and to learn how to live life again and do maybe activities that they had done in the past. Or for some of our veterans, this is something that they've never done before and to try something new.
It's just like a fun day. I'm just appreciative to the country club giving us the privilege to come out here and knock holes in the green. I mean, I apologize for it, but I'm doing the best I can.
That was probably one of the most fun times I've had in a long time, especially since I've been going blind.
Get out of here! Ow! Get out of here!
The CDGA Blinds Veteran Golf Outings are just another reason why golf is so great. No matter your age or even your disability, anyone can enjoy it. Coming up, we take an inside look into Tour Edge's latest woods and irons. Stay with us.
Here at Boyne Golf, each course tells its own story about friends, about challenges, about unforgettable moments. This is Michigan's Magnificent 10. Golf as pure as it gets.
In the peaceful rolling hills of Channahon, Illinois, you will find a majestic layout that will please any golfer. Heritage Bluffs Public Golf Club is a true test of the game in an unspoiled setting showcasing natural landforms rarely experienced in Illinois. Architect Dick Nugent masterfully laid out one of the area's best courses featuring open prairie-style golf to challenging tree-lined holes. Come see why Heritage Bluffs is one of Chicagoland's highest-rated courses today.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Joe Charles with the Boyne Golf Academy, and we have a quick drill today to help you hit the center of the club face a little bit more consistently. We have Will, one of our junior golfers, here to demonstrate this drill. This is called the 2-ball drill. So a lot of our players, we see sometimes a lack of stability in the lower body and the tendency to want to jump a little bit at impact, which makes it hard to hit the center of the club face. So what we're going to have Will do is we're going to put a tee in the ground. He's going to set up to that golf ball. And we're going to put one ball on the outside of his foot and one on the inside of his foot, okay? So now Will's job is to make a smooth swing without moving those golf balls and hit that tee. So go ahead, Will. Fantastic. So you can see his lower body stayed pretty stable. He kept his balance good, and he was able to swing and not hit those or move those golf balls. Now what we're going to do, go ahead and set up one more time. You can see he's been practicing this, so he didn't move those balls, which is fantastic. Now we're going to do it with an actual golf ball, and we're going to see if he can do that. So let's tee the golf ball up. And he's going to go ahead and hit that ball without moving the balls by his foot. So you can see he hit that pretty solid, but look, when he actually hit the ball, his left heel spun out just a little bit and moved that back ball. He still hit a pretty solid shot, though. So practice that drill. Our goal would be to see if we can get it so you don't move those balls at all, and that's going to help you hit the center of the club face better.
Welcome back to Golf 360 from Mistwood Golf Club in Romeoville. Last month, 65-year-old Bernhard Langer captured his 46th victory on the Champions Tour in winning the U.S. Senior Open. The major catapulted him past Hale Irwin for the most wins on tour. The incredible Langer had big help thanks to a number of clubs that he employs from Chicagoland's own Tour Edge.
We are here at Prairie Landing Golf Club with David Glod, the president and founder of Tour Edge Golf. All right, let's talk about your exotics lines, the 723. We've got the hybrids here. I've got one of these in my bag from last year, but every year you seem to get better and better. What's going on this year?
We'll talk about the C first. This guy was designed specifically for Bernhard Langer. He played it at the Masters, and he's playing the number 2 right now all the time. But it's much more compact, a little deeper face, you know, tour profile. It's small, on the small side. So this is our low spin guy, again, just like the rest of the line. But what I really love about this, and our players as well on tour, is that it's really straight. And I think you found that as well. So in the E Series, you know, it's all about extreme forgiveness and easy to hit. More weight on the bottom, a shallower face, carbon crown, get the weight down below the ball. So the E Series is super easy to hit.
All right, well, let's move on to the irons. This, to me, was the first thing I looked in the bag and I got excited about. I'm an iron guy. I like to change around my irons, and I'm a top line guy as well.
I think we've already got 6 sets in play out on the Champions Tour. They asked us to make a little bit larger blade. It's also super forgiving because we're able to mill out the cavity, and we've got this deep cavity in here with our VibraCore material, and the VibraCore is really light. It's a very light kind of rubbery material, and it helps absorb the feel, helps the feel sensation at impact. So, you know, you grab the candy right away, right? And this is candy.
Yeah.
Everybody loves this thing, and you know, most players handicap 10 and under can play this. This is our E Series, so a lot of offset. Low center of gravity, a little wider sole. Got carbon in the badge to reduce weight deep in the head. So we've got a lot of weight and mass underneath the ball. Easy to hit, very strong lofts. So these are about as long as any iron in golf. And so it's selling very well.
All right, David, no bag is complete without a putter. You guys have gotten in the wingman putters over the last few years, and these things are spectacular.
So the first one is 701, which is our largest footprint, the highest MOI, the most forgiving with the big toe weights. It also has changeable weights, so that we just start with 2-3 gram weights. So the weights are actually very light at the beginning, but you can buy 8 gram and 15 gram weights and really change the toe hang, if you will, or the total weight of the product and the swing weight when you add more weight. So if you want a heavy putter, you can do it. It's easy. There's 3 head shapes, okay? So this is the highest MOI, the most forgiving. This is the second most, you know, very popular with this shape. It's very popular in the marketplace right now. But the other cool thing about these putters is, we have a carbon sole, so we can put the weight all in the heel and toe. So we take all the weight out of the center. So that's why they're super high MOI, and you can see they just don't want to twist. It'll shake back to square right away. The other thing that's really cool is the face insert. It's a polymer, but it has these grippy lines, grooves in here, milled in here, and they really pick up the ball and reduce spin. That's a pretty good stroke right there.
What's also cool is that all of the Tour Edge Wingman putters come in with a great price point of under $200. Up next, we cross the pond to visit marine and lawn hotels, which are directly on a few of the stunning links courses in Scotland. Stick around.
A new putter? Looks like you're all lined up for can't miss gift.
Yeah.
So all you gotta do now is tap it in.
Tap it in.
Just tap it in.
Tap it in.
Just swipe it.
Oh.
Find the latest clubs and apparel at Golf's Happy Place, the PGA Tour Superstore.
Along the southwest shores of Lake Michigan awaits one of golf's most dynamic destinations. The Jack Nicklaus Signature Course at Harbor Shores Resorts presents diverse terrains harmonized with a championship layout designed for legendary moments.
His first major championship, Colin Montgomery.
Proud home to the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship, legendary players, and everyone who loves the game. Create your legendary moment at HarborShoresResort.com.
Welcome back. Scotland is known as the home of golf because the game was truly grown here from the ground up. Its history is rich and the culture is certainly golf-inspired. Recently, marine and lawn hotels have taken over a few historic properties here that overlook a number of their legendary links layouts. Our very own Dave Lockhart takes on the journey.
In the East Lothian area of Scotland, you will find a plethora of courses. In fact, there are some 21 courses within about 15 minutes of another. The ideal place to stay is the glorious North Berwick Marine and Lawn, which puts you right in the middle of a number of these treasured tracks. In fact, the hotel sits right next to one of the greatest links courses on the planet, North Berwick Golf Club.
Just yesterday, again, we got voted #1 fun golf course to play in the UK and Ireland, so it's certainly a fun course. There's not many courses you see with walls all over the place and right in front of the greens and all that kind of stuff. And I think we're lucky that we're in such a good area for other golf courses as well. Just down by Dunbar and Muirfield and Gullen and Kilspindy, there's so many courses. You basically could keep playing golf that way for about 20 miles and keep going and find good golf courses.
In addition to the aforementioned wall that comes into play a couple of times, there is also a Biarritz green and an original Redan green. Our wily caddy Tom had sage advice when coming to play this gem.
Forget what your handicap is. They come here, I'm a scratch golfer, well, that makes you 5 or 6 here. And if you say, oh, I'm an 18, well, good luck to survive and get round. Don't try anything fancy, just keep it down the middle,
Just a 7-minute drive from the hotel puts us at Gullen Golf Club, home to 3 undulating links land delights. In 2015, course #1 hosted the Scottish Open, won by Ricky Fowler. What's truly amazing is that there is not an architect that is credited with making course #1.
It is ultimately nature. It was, a fortuitous combination of
I like nature.
The wind, the rain, the sand, a fight between the landowners. They wanted racehorses trained on the golf course. Then it became, a bit of a tussle as to who was going to win. Thankfully, golf prevailed in the end, and Willie Park came along and put in golf courses #2 and 3.
Following your round with exercise that you get walking and playing, you'll definitely want to enjoy Marine and Lawn's full spa. It's so rejuvenating. As we move towards the capital of Edinburgh, there's tons more history at Musselburgh Links, which, interesting enough, plays in and out of one of the country's top horse racing tracks. Hard to believe, but they say this 9-hole course goes back over 350 years, including legendary matches with Old Tom Morris and Open Championships going back to the 1800s.
Most people that come here think they're going to come here and find a really short little pitch and putt type course. It's not. It's proper golf how it was 100 years ago. So it's not long, it's just under 3,000 yards, but it has very testing holes. We've got 2 par 3s, 240 yards. You won't get anything harder anywhere. Yeah, it really is a tough test. There's gorse everywhere, dips and hollows and 2-tiered greens. It's a challenge.
Many of you may be familiar with Rusacks, the landmark hotel adjacent to the 18th hole of the Old Course in St. Andrews. You cannot beat the unreal views of the R&A Clubhouse and this iconic links layout. The hotel has been renovated from top to bottom with luxurious and comfortable rooms. Plus, their new rooftop bar is simply a stunner with views of the North Sea and makes your stay even better than it was before. There is so much golf in the area to experience, including the 36 holes at Fairmont St. Andrews. We played their Torrance course, a design that is chock full of challenges and captivating views. Just down the road is the new kid on the block, Dumbarton Links. While it's new, it has the feel of always being there.
It's like a traditional links with a modern twist. There's quite a bit of gambling you can do on here if you want to, which it makes it very entertaining. 2 or 3 holes which have split fairways. Do I take the direct line on the narrow fairway, or do I go over there where there's half a fife to play at, but it's probably another 3 clubs to get into the green? So there's a lot of variation and a lot of dunes and some burns that run through the property.
On top of the great golf at Dumbarton, you can't beat the wee dram of whiskey they give you before you tee off. You have to love the charm of all these links courses. Other highlights included charming and tasty restaurants and pubs, seeing a concert at Edinburgh Castle. We were lucky enough to catch one of rock's greatest bands, The Who. And feeling the aura of old Tom Morrison St. Andrews, the father of the game's residence and workshop, are still standing proud right next to Marine and Lawns Rusacks Hotel. Scotland is certainly the home of golf, and so much more.
Wow, what an epic trip. Marine and Lawn now has 5 first-class properties that are both located in Scotland and Ireland. Our thanks to Mistwood Golf Club, which has many of those countries' similarities throughout their whole facility. They have wonderful dining at McQuethy's Tavern, an unreal indoor and outdoor performance center, and one of the top courses in the state, which I'm going to go play right now. So long from beautiful Romeoville.
Every sunrise offers an opportunity to get outside, to be greeted by crisp morning air and the smell of fresh-cut grass. Visit Mistwood Golf Club. You're next up on the tee.
Timothy O'Toole's is Chicago's favorite sports bar since 1992. Be sure to check out timothyo'tooles.com and visit one of their 4 convenient Chicagoland locations. In the peaceful rolling hills of Channahon, Illinois, you will find a majestic layout that will please any golfer. Heritage Bluffs Public Golf Club is a true test of the game in an unspoiled setting showcasing natural landforms rarely experienced in Illinois. Architect Dick Nugent masterfully laid out one of the area's best courses, featuring open prairie-style golf to challenging tree-lined holes. Come see why Heritage Bluffs is one of Chicagoland's highest-rated courses today.